Alright, so I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible, but I know it's gonna take long because there's a lot that I want to say, but I don't have anything written down, so I'm not gonna be able to keep everything concise. I'm probably just gonna have a jumble of ideas all mixed together, but bear with me. So, 4 months ago, I did a thing that was for the 6 fan art challenge that everyone was doing back 4 months ago. I don't remember what month it was. The plan that I had for the 6 fan art was to do 6 YouTubers. So I picked 6 of them, and I was going to draw each of them on a video type of format where, you know, you see my hand drawing the things. So I had planned on doing a thing where I did a drawing for each person, each YouTuber that I did a fan art of, and then talking about why I like each YouTuber. So I started off with 3, and I already put that video up, and I did it with Errol, Emery, and Alex's Corner, or Alex Animation Corner, whichever one. After that, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the last 3 that I did. So the way that it worked, I actually had already drawn all 6 of the people that I wanted to do. I say 6, but one of the YouTubers was 2 YouTubers. Either way, I had drawn all of the ones that I wanted to do. It's just a matter of putting them all out and having me talk about each of them in a way of like, this is why I like them. So I did the first 3 because it was a test. It was for me to see how it would be to actually write a script for them and then make the video and then separate it in a way where it's like, I'm talking about this person, then this person, then this person, and see if it's feasible to do all this work. So I went ahead and I did it, and I was relatively happy with it, but I also felt like it was a lot of work for a little bit of return almost, which fair enough, because I'm talking about YouTubers, and if you're on YouTube looking up that YouTuber, then you're probably not looking up someone drawing the YouTuber or talking about them. Why would you care? So when I was thinking about doing the last 3, I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it. So I ended up just putting it off and never thinking to do it anytime soon. I do still have the 3 drawings, but I was just gonna hold off on it for however long. They're just sitting there. I realistically could just put up each of those drawings, not have any commentary on it, and then that be it. But I'd also feel bad because I did it for the first 3 and then not do it for the last 3 would just seem like I care less. And it's also funny because the last 3 that I picked, I purposefully picked 3 that I felt like had less clout per se, I guess. Like the first 3 that I did had, for the most part, over 1 million subscribers. I think Alex's Corner is the only one that doesn't break that, but all of her videos get over 1 million views, I believe. I'm not too sure, I have to look back at it. But the last 3 that I did are far from that, at least for 2 of them, and the last one is relatively decent, considering views and all that, but I like all of them equally. So I felt like it would have been wrong to not give them all the same respect, and I also didn't have really the time or the motivation to do it. So with that being said, one of the people I was doing was Curtrichy, and the reason that's important now is because his whole art style has now changed, and that means that the fan art I did is now considered old, and I would either need to redo it or hurry up and put it out, and then it's out and I could be like, well, this is the old version of it. But it also, I can't take too long now because now it feels so outdated. Even for me, I just want to put it out because he's changed the art style. By the way, the art style change is absolutely phenomenal. Viby's art got like incredible. I'm glad that she stuck with the whole sketchy thing, even though obviously yes, it's much cleaner now, but it still has like the sketchy like coloring and all of that. And then Senny is amazing on the whole manga panel thing, and I think it's great because that means Kurt doesn't have to do as much editing. He could just kind of be like, hey Senny, can you draw me a panel? And then when she draws it, he can just put it on the video and then move it around however which way he wants to make it entertaining. I know he still has to pay more to get Senny to do all that. Either way, it's great all around. I thought it was fantastic. The video was great. If he does any more videos and they're in that style, I'm gonna be ecstatic. However, that makes it very hard for me when I was not going to do anything with the video that I drew of his fan art for the longest time. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna put it up, but now it's like I put it up now or I never do it. So I now need to hurry up and do that. But the problem with that is that it's now October, aka Inktober, and I have made the poor decision of not using any prompts from an Inktober prompt sheet or whatever they want to call them, because I don't do that. I don't know. I don't like the prompts that they give for the Inktober thing. I guess it's mainly because I don't celebrate Halloween. So normally when people do the Inktober prompt thing, it does have a very Halloween theme, even though that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it mainly because of the drawing every day and getting better at drawing every day. I think that's fantastic. So what I like to do is come up with my own prompts, which I then draw myself. Last year, what I did was I went to my old drawings that I thought were bad and then redrew them with just ink, hoping that they would be better. Most of them were better, some of them a little bit better, and some of them just not as good. But, well, actually, no, just not as good. No, some of them were trash, some of them were trash. But now, the prompt that I have decided to go with this time around, I asked my brother if he could draw me something for every day of October. Now, I asked him this November, what am I... I asked him in September if he would be okay with doing it. He said yes. I then asked him if he could draw like 15 in one day, and then on another day, another 15, and then whatever. You know, basically have all the drawings that he would do all done in like, you know, a week before October even hits. So what I would do is every day I would ask him, did he do it? And he would always say no, and I'd be like, well, can you do it please, or whatever, yada yada. It came up to where it was the last day of September, and I was like, did you do it? He said no, and then he was like, you know what? I'll just draw one every day for you. Which I should have known out off the gate. That is a terrible idea. I know this because I did it last year. Yes, we're at different levels. That's the whole joke behind it, or the whole reason it was going to be good for me was because he's not good at art, and if he draws something, then I try to make it better. That was the whole thing. But I should have known. I should have known that there was no way that getting him to draw every day would be easy. But I said okay because he sounded confident in himself that he could do it. He even kind of convinced me, because I had said, I don't think that's a good idea. You should try to do them now so that they could be out of the way and you don't have to think about them. But then the thing that he said was, well, I could just draw every day. It's not like I'm not drawing like you, like for hours or whatever. I'm gonna draw something in like 5 minutes and then pass it off to you. So what's the point? And with that, I said, sure, that's a great idea. And now we are on the 20th of October, and I feel like being run over by an aircraft. Asking my brother to draw me something every day has been like trying to pull the teeth out of a shark's mouth. It has been painful, and it has caused me a lot of stress. What he likes to do is draw the things like 8 o'clock at night. I like to try and finish them before 12 because, you know, draw one every day, and I like to take my time when I draw, or at least when I look at the drawings that he gives me, I like to take my time, figure out what I'm going to take from this, because when he draws stuff, it really does not have a cohesive anything. So I need to pick out the things that I think are cool or could be cool, and then make it so. But he doesn't give me time to do that, so then I just have to like vomit something out in the last few minutes. So that has made this month kind of stressful, and you would think because he's doing that like later in the day, then that means early in the day I could be trying to do something to make something for this channel or whatever. But I come home and I'm tired, and the first thing I want to do is get that drawing out of the way. When I don't have the opportunity to get that drawing out of the way, I sleep because I'm normal. I come home from work, I'm tired, I want to get something out of the way. If I don't have the opportunity to get that thing out of the way, I'm gonna sleep. And when I sleep, I wake up too late. And then when I go to ask him to draw me something, it is too late. And then I try to draw a thing, and I do, but it's stressful because I have to draw it in like an hour when I really wanted to have like all night to do it. That has made October significantly more difficult. So now, seeing that Curtrichy has done this change to his own avatar, which I approve of and I think is phenomenal, has now reminded me that I am screwed. It has made me realize that I need to hurry up with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably split up the last 3 YouTubers that I had drawn into their own video instead of trying to compile them all. I think that's what made it take so long, was I was trying to make all of them all in one video all at once, and that ended up taking me weeks on end. So what I'm gonna do, since the drawings are already there, all I'm going to do is make a small script for each of them, talk about why I like each of them, but in their own separate videos. So basically like the full video that I did with the first 3, but instead it's going to be like those sections will just be their own video. That is it. And I've also noticed that it's better for me to make like a video that is 5 minutes long tops. Because when you don't know who this person making content is, it's probably better that they make small content where it's like, well, this won't hurt my family if I watch this for the next 3 minutes, that's fine. But then I'll make a like 18-minute video and then they'll be like, well, this will ruin my chances of having children, so why would I watch that? You know, I get it. So I'm gonna try to make them like 5 minutes each, which realistically, when I did the first video, that's how long each segment was anyway. Or at least I think so, because when I make scripts, I try to be as concise as possible, because as of right now, I'm just talking. This is all just stuff that's been on my mind, and I'm also not even trying to be entertaining, which I don't know if you could tell. I'm just talking because this has been on my mind, and literally, yesterday was when Kurt did his, little avatar swap. So that's why I'm doing this today, because I'm like, well, now I have to do something about that whole fan art thing. So I'm talking about it now because that's been on my mind. So I'm going to make the whole 5-minute thing. Hopefully I'll be able to do that while Inktober is still happening. And yeah, I think. Oh yeah, and the Fire Emblem thing. Don't ask me about it. I played the whole game. It is garbage. The thing is, okay, so I don't know if you understand what I just said about the 5-minute thing, where I should make videos that are 5 minutes because, you know, ruining lives and all that. Doesn't make sense, but bear with me. So, with the Fire Emblem video that I planned on making, that would have been, like, minimum 20 minutes. Because the amount of stuff that I want to say, the amount of things that bothered me about that game, I genuinely feel like that video should be like an hour long. It's ridiculous, but I did have fun. It's kind of like eating spicy food. You like it, tastes good, but that's because you're a masochist. But that's what I'm saying. It was a pain that I can describe to you was very bad, and everything that hurt me about it still does hurt me. And I think the main reason I haven't done the video is less because of how long the video is gonna be versus how long I think I want it to be, and more of a thing of like, I don't want to think about Fire Emblem right now. Please get it away from me. I'd like to be stabbed, thank you. Like, I think Fire Emblem has now gone to the point, with that game specifically, where I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea for me to revisit pain and suffering. It is a bad place, and I love it. That's why I haven't done that. I don't think I can go back to it anytime soon. Well, I am going to. The thing is, I have all of the footage that I need, but the main problem I have, okay, I was watching Jaden Animation do a stream where she was trying to make a video where she does those like cut up videos of her playing video games, like the Cooking Mama thing. So I realized when I was on that stream, and I don't watch streams, right? I go on streams for 5 minutes and I leave. Okay, I went on that stream, I was there for 5 minutes. At one point, she wrote down a note saying something like, root something something scare, yada yada. And I was like, oh, that's how you do that. I feel stupid. What I did when I played Fire Emblem, I didn't take any notes, so I have to go back through the entire play of me going through that game. And I played that game for like days on days on days. And when I say days on days on days, I don't mean like just me going to my chair and then playing for 2 hours and then stopping, you know, like those types of days. I'm saying when I highlight all of the footage of my Fire Emblem gameplay, it is beyond like 70 hours. Gots to be. I sucked at that game. It's so hard. I went through so much pain in that game. I could literally talk about my whole life's journey and it probably wouldn't be as bad as the like experience that I went through. Going through Fire Emblem 1 and realizing that my whole squad was trash and I had like 3 good units when you needed to have at least 10. Bro, it was so... This is why I can't play Fire Emblem again. I'm not gonna go back there. That's a bad place to be. I'm gonna need to be in a much better headspace to just look at that footage again. I've went back to the first level that I played, and it's funny how not upset I was. I didn't do any voice recording, alright? But you can tell, but I can tell when I'm frustrated by the video. So what I did a lot when I played the game was if something bad happened, I just stopped. I either just stopped, looked at the screen in disbelief and irritation, or I instantly loaded state, which both of those things don't sound very significant, but when I'm watching it, I can just feel my frustration. And the thing is, I can also just be sitting there watching the gameplay again and being like, this bothers me a lot. So it's really hard to go back to it. And also, again, the whole wanting to make a 5-minute video thing is going to be impossible. Unless I break it up into this part is what I don't like, 5-minute video. Another part I don't like, another 5-minute video. This part, you know what I mean? That's the only way it could work. Either that, or I go through each level and I talk about how I felt through each level. With the problem of that being, there are some levels that I nearly quit, some levels that nearly made me cry. Bro, there were levels that literally took me so long that even if I tried to make it as concise of a summary as possible, it would take me 30 minutes to talk about the one level. So it's still hard. That's the problem with that. But I do plan on going back to it because I do think it's funny at least. I think it'll be funny to revisit my emotions. It's definitely been long enough to where I forgot what things made me upset, or at least forgot what made me upset enough to where when I rewatch it, I will have the same visceral reaction. You know, it should be fine. When I make it, it'll probably be entertaining, at least for me, I think. Because going back to it and knowing that I have now completed the game, it'll be an experience, I guess, you know? Also, I am realizing that I keep on talking about trying to make videos short so that I'm not wasting someone's time or making someone think that this will waste their time. But now this has been going on for 21 minutes, so that's how long I've been talking. I'm gonna probably cut this down enough to where it's maybe 18 minutes, I'm not too sure. But this is a long video, but the reason it's long is because there's a lot that I had to say. And from now on, I do want to try and make those 5-minute videos. The problem with the 5-minute videos is that they are hard to make conceptually, if you ask me, because trying to make a short video means that I have to have a topic that I am interested in, that I do care about, but I can also talk about it for only 8 minutes max to cut it down to the 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Normally, like see how I'm talking now, I've been talking for 20 plus minutes. I ramble. And also, it's because making the idea is hard. And then I have to make a script, because if I don't make a script, I'll just ramble. And if I don't ramble, I won't say everything I want to say, so I have to make a script to make sure that I get all of my points in and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to try to do, because the thing is, for me, it's most fun to edit videos that I don't have a script for. Because when I don't have a script for it, I don't know what I'm going to say. And if I say something funny, I'm gonna laugh at myself when I'm editing the video. But if I have a script, every joke that I put in is something I put in and have memorized, so when I hear it like another 15 times, it's not funny anymore. I already wrote it, and now I'm saying it over and over again to perfect it, and then it's just not funny to me. I mean, it can still be funny when it's put out, but to me, I'm no longer laughing at it. So those are less fun to edit, but they're also much easier to edit, because when I do the scripted things, then they are only like 3 minutes. And then when I do it for those 3 minutes, when I go to edit it, it only takes me like however long it takes me. And you know, it's not gonna take me that long. Like this video is gonna take me forever to edit because it's 20 something minutes now. And that's my fault. I'm probably just gonna put like random footage over this so that I don't have to edit everything over it. So I'm gonna try to do the whole shorter video thing. And I would like to do the every week video thing all over again, but that's probably not going to happen even though I want it to. The Curtrichy video is definitely gonna be coming out soon. It has to. I'm not gonna. The thing is, I definitely need that to go out soon for my psyche to be clean. For me, I have to get it out. I don't think anyone's asking me or begging me or, you know, pointing a knife in my throat saying that if I don't do it, they'll feed me to the goldfish. Anyway, so I guess that's all I wanted to talk about for now. The next time you hear my voice, it will probably be on that Curtrichy video thing. So I will see you then. All right, so bye.